Hello everybody, we're back and we were talking about bosses and we're still talking about bosses. So the question now is, what rights does your boss have over your life after the baby is born?
What kind of question is that? That's interesting. Why should he have a right over your baby's
why
life?
are we
It's not
asking
his baby.
All right.
It's your baby.
All right, so Renee Marie, boss lady, asked me about my breastfeeding.
Oh, interesting.
This will require glasses, I can tell.
Put your specs on, honey.
All right, question.
Read the fine print.
The boss wanted to know how long I plan to breastfeed. I have not returned to work yet, so this was over the phone, and she was giving me the lowdown on what was to be expected when I got back.
I wonder how long she's been away. She doesn't say,
She doesn't say. She's going back in a week. Anyway, I thought it was a
long.
strange question, and she said she was just curious to know if I was getting sleep at night, which I'm not because he wakes up, wants to nurse. Anyway, does she have the right to ask me that question?
Well, you know what, Kendall? If the baby's getting up, whether you're nursing or you're bottle feeding, it makes no difference because that child is getting up to eat.
For sure.
So I would get up 3 times a night and give the baby the bottle. I nursed the first 3 and I bottle fed the last 3, and I find you're getting up regardless whether you're bottle feeding or nursing. So that has no relevance to anything at work.
Well,
I mean, she has no right to ask that question.
I admit, I would be suspicious if I was asked these questions.
Yes.
Now, again, part of it depends on what's your relationship with the boss beforehand.
Yeah.
But I had an employee who came back to work, and she came into my office every day at lunchtime. I left my office. She closed the door, and she pumped milk.
Yeah, so that's the question.
Had no bearing on the rest of her work.
She's not bringing the baby to work, obviously. So during the day, that child is at home with a nurse or a maid or someone.
And the baby has to have been weaned to some extent.
Exactly, because you have to be able...
So what does it matter?
So it makes no difference.
If she can get to work, and she can do her job, I don't see what else any of this has to do.
Well, some people bottle feed during the day and they nurse either early in the morning or through the night. And
also, a lot of them want to keep the milk going.
They keep the milk supply going, but they nurse half and half. They do a little both.
I'm telling you, I had an employee. She spent her entire first 6 months back pumping in my office.
Both, darling. Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
I wouldn't answer that question either. I don't think so. Okay. Now, what's the next one? Dory.
Okay, Dory.
Going back to work, please help. My son will be
5 weeks, and I'll be returning to work within the next 2 weeks. I feel like I'm abandoning him. It's really making me feel like a bad mother. But I have no choice in the situation because I am the sole provider. Has anyone else been in my situation? If so, please shed some light. Yes, we've all been there.
I haven't been the sole provider.
I'm not a single mother.
But I got to tell you something. When I went back to work after my first child, and because I had this child in Canada, I was off work for 8 months before I went back, and I got the baby all set up, and I got him a caregiver, and I went back to work. And the first day I was at work, and I was back to my job, and all was like weird but okay.
Right.
And around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I had a panic attack. I had this vision that my son was not okay.
Oh boy.
Grabbed my purse, ran out the door,
and
drove home as fast as I could.
Okay.
He was fine.
He was fine. Okay.
He was doing the laundry with the cleaning lady.
Okay.
He was in his little rolly car thing that didn't really roll very far, kind of, what is it, the saucer business. And he was fine.
Okay,
it's
so
hard.
Yeah, it's hard. You're going back to work after 7 weeks. That's a month and change. You know, that's very little. It's a month and a half. It's really, it's a short amount of time.
I'm surprised you can walk.
But the truth is, if you have no choice and you are the sole provider, don't feel guilty. The child will be sleeping most of the time. He will not know you are gone at this point, and she has no choice.
Get the best caregiver you can find in your price range.
You'll feel comfortable knowing that he's
all
right.
And spend quality time with the baby when you get home.
By providing for your child, you're doing the best you can for him. So there you go. You can't do anything else about it. Good luck. Good luck.
Good for you. Good for you. We'll be back.